channel. So today we are going to discuss another problem in the recursion series. So in this problem what we are given is we are given a string and we need to convert that string into a number. So in a string you will be given like 1 2 3 a number which is in a form of string, right? And we need to convert it into a number, an integer, right? So let's see how we can approach problem. So first let's write out the 3 steps we always write for any recursive problem, right? The base case, right? Then we need to see the recursive calls, right? And then the third step is the small work, right? These 3 steps are used in every recursive problem. So now we in the previous videos, if you're following the recursion series, right, we know how we divide the problem, how divide the input for recursive calls, right? In recursive calls we need to divide, right? We need to divide the input so that we can pass the smaller input in the recursive call. So over here we have this, right? We have this string we have, right? And we need to think of the recursive call. So now we know that how we do division in a string. We earlier saw in the videos, right? We work on the 0th index and rest of the string we pass to the recursion. Recursion will get the output for us and then we'll do our small work. This we do usually, right? So let's do this also only in this problem also. So we'll work on the 0th index, right? And rest of the string, that means 2 3 4 5 6. This rest of the string will be passed to the recursion. So what recursion will do, we needed to make the string into integer, right? So what recursion will do, recursion will make this string into integer. So what recursion will return us, recursion will give us 2 3 4 5 6. Now we are done with the recursive call, right? Now we need to think of the small work, and small work we do on the 0th index, right? So in order to make 1 2 3 4 5 6, we have 2 3 4 5 6, right? This is an integer, this is number, right? This is a number form, but one, first of all, 1 is a string, right? First step is we need to convert the string into number, right? Then we need to count how many digits are there. 1 2 3 4 5, 5 digits are there. So we will multiply 1 by 5, like 1 lakh, like 5 zeros, and then we will add whatever recursion has returned to us, like 2 3 4 5 6, like this. So this will give us like 1 multiplied with this will be 1 with 5 zeros, right? And then we will add 2 3 4 5 6, which is what we get from the recursion. So this will give us 1 2 3 4 5 and 6, which is the output. But do you think this is a good way? Because the problem with this is, right, that every time we need to know how many, like what number should we multiply our 0th index with, right? 0th index should be multiplied by which this number. This is a problem, right? This is a problem when we are dividing our string, our input, and we are working on the 0th index. This problem is there. This is some difficulty, right? Although you can do in this way, but we have a easier way of doing this rather than this, right? Let's see that. So till now what we used to do was, if we have like a string, right, we have a string, we divide it at the 0th index, right? 0th index, and rest we give to the recursion. But this time let's do one thing. Let's divide from the end. Like we'll divide from the end, and this thing we'll pass to the recursion, right? That means we are passing 1 2 3 4 5 to recursion. So what recursion will do, it will give 1 2 3 4 5 in integer, right? Then just pause the video and think how we can do the small work now. This is the recursion result, right? How we'll do the small work. So we will multiply this with 10, right? So this will give us 1 2 3 4 5 0, plus we will convert this 6, which will be in integer string, to integer, and we'll add this over here. So we'll get 3, 4, 5 and 6. So this is the way when we divide from the last. Now how it is easier than the previous one, let's see that. So we have to explore more. Let's do some more recursive calls, right? You'll understand. So when we passed this to recursion, right? When we passed this 3, 4, 5, right? Now again we will divide from here, right? And what will be passed to recursion is 1, 2, 3 and 4. This will be passed to recursion again. Then again we will divide over here and recursion will get 1, 2, 3, right? And again we'll divide over here, recursion will get 1, 2, right? And then it will divide from here also, then recursion will get 1, right? We are taking this part, right, in the recursion, this half. So after that we'll divide this also, this will be also divided, and at last we get an empty. So when we get empty, right, we will return 0, right? We'll return 0. So now the recursion result will be multiplied by 10, right? This is the recursion result, right? Multiplied by 10 plus this leftover part, this last index, right? This is a small work. The last index will be converted to integer, like it was initially string, right? It will be converted to integer and this will be added. So this is a small work. So 0 into 10 will be 0, 0 plus 1, 1. So 1 will be returned. 1 will be returned. So 1, right? 1 is the recursion result into 10, right? This is our recursion result 1 plus the leftover 2. So this will give us 12. So 12 will be returned now. So 12 into 10, which 12 is the recursion result, right? Into 10 plus the leftover, which is 3. So this will give us 123. So in this way you will see every time we just need to multiply by 10, whatever the recursion result is. So now recursion result is 123. This will be returned. 123 will be returned, right? Then what will happen is 123 is the recursion result multiplied by 10 plus this 4. So this will give you 123, 12234. So every time you will see the string is being converted to the integer recursively, right? Then this is returned. So 1234 multiplied by 10 plus the leftover, which is 5. So we'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now what will happen is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be returned, right? This will be returned. This will be returned over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be multiplied by 10, and we will add 6 in it. So this will give us the output, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this will be returned finally. And this is how our recursion works. So this is more easier than this first approach, right? Because every time in the first one we need to know how many zeros number we need to multiply with the like the first index, this one. This is also correct, right? But the second one is more easier. So basically what we learned from this question, we learned that if we have a string, right, there are two ways to do the recursive call. Two ways, right? Two ways recursive call. Either we can do small work for 0th index, right, and rest pass to recursion, or we can do for the last index a small work and then the rest pass to the recursion. So there are two ways of splitting the string. Same with the arrays, right? If you have an array, you can do the same. You can either do for the 0th index or for the last index, right? So let's see the code for this problem. So in the code, first of all, we have a function string to number, right? We are converting string to number, and we have a character array, right? We have the character array, and we are just, first of all, we had made a function length, right? This is a function length which is calculating what is the length of the input array, right? Input array, because why we are calculating this? Because we need to know the last index, right? Because we are like we are doing the recursive call, right? We are like working on the last index, so we need to know what is the index, right? So we calculated the length using this function, and we got the length, and then we are calling this function string to number, overriding. This is the overrided function, right, with two parameters. One is the character array, and then is the last index. So last index will be length minus 1, which we are passing. So now let's see this function string to number. We have input array and the last index. So first of all, what will be the base case? So if you see, when we reach the end of the string, right, we will simply return, like basically what we can have a recursive like the base case. What we did was we had taken the base case as empty string, right? Empty string. You can take that also, or you can see like if the only one element is left, right, in the string, as over here in 1, you can simply return 1 from here. You either way you can do, right? You can take base case as a null character also, that when you reach null character, or what you can do is you can have like when your last index is 0, means you are at the 0th index, so there is only one element. So either way you can take the base case, and after that we'll do the recursive call. So recursive call will now return us an integer, right? Recursive call will give us integer, so we have taken int small answer and calling the function input and decreasing the index last minus 1. Because why we decrease the index? Because we are working on the last, right? We are working on the last, so we are passing this much now to the recursion. So if this is your index 5, then you have to give till 4 index. So this will, the recursion will take this, and we will work on the last index. So that's why we are passing last minus 1. And now small answer will contain the integer, right? We are using this line, we are converting the last index, which was earlier input last will be a string, right? Will be a character. We are converting it to integer, and then small answer, which is the recursive result, is multiplied by 10, and we are adding this a to it, as we did over here, like this, right? Everywhere. So this was the code basically. I hope you understood the code and the logic also. We discussed two approaches, and why we discussed why the second approach is better than the first one. We can do using first approach also, but the second one is more better. So I hope you understood the code. If you really found the video helpful, please subscribe and like the video. It really motivates me. And if you have any doubt, please comment down. I'll be happy to answer. Thanks for watching.